Hi Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading for February 14th to the 20th. So it feels like there's some kind of stress or worry. I feel like some of you are worried about something, but let's see what we have coming up here for this week. I'm not sure what it's about. It feels like it may have something to do with like a relationship. What is the theme for Aquarius this week? Assessing. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to be in your strategizing mode. It's like you're trying to plan many, many steps ahead. And because it's like you can sense that there's a change in the wind, that there's all these things that you need to get in order. It feels like some of you might be ready to kind of go somewhere, move in another direction somewhere, but it feels like in order to get there, there's a lot of planning involved. There's a lot of strategizing. I have to strategize how we're going to get from A to B. So I feel like this week, maybe that's what some of the worries are about. It's like some things happening prematurely before you're ready for them to happen. Is kind of what it feels like. That's what you're worried about. Not saying that that's going to happen, but it feels like it's a worry behind like maybe not being ready for some kind of change. It's like you can sense that the change is happening, but when it's going to happen seems to be a little bit of a stressful thing because that's in the unknown. So it's like you're planning many, many steps ahead. You're trying to prepare for every kind of scenario on how something is going to transform, how something is going to show up. So I feel like that's almost the state of mind. This week feels like an active week. It feels like it's going to show up differently for different people, but it feels like there's some kind of pickup in energy, things kind of moving around in an unexpected way. And that's in a general sense. I don't feel like that's just for you, Aquarius. I feel like that seems to be the energy of this week in general. There's some movement, some kind of like quick pivots is what it feels like. So let's look into this week here. Okay, Aquarius this week. Seven of Pentacles. So again, strategizing, planning your next moves, cultivating, also saving is what I'm hearing. I feel like some of you are saving. You're making sure that you have a nest egg or you have something to lean on, something to depend on is what I'm seeing here. So maybe some of you are like just really focused. Yeah, see? Worried about things. There's like stress here, worried about stuff. I also kind of feel like there might be a lot of just things kind of you're working on behind the scenes and you may be worried about who can see those vulnerable parts of you. Almost is kind of what it feels like. You're wanting to kind of keep things to yourself, wanting to keep things under wrap. You don't really want people in your business. You don't want them to know. And it feels like you might be a bit worried about what people can see or what people can sense or know about you kind of thing, or maybe something that you're working on. It's like you're trying really hard to kind of keep yourself protected. Maybe it's like your projects, maybe it's, anything really, anything that's really, you're holding like really sacred to yourself, something that's really, really important to you. I feel like you are just worried that you're going to lose it or it's going to be taken away from you or things are going to go wrong. Is kind of what it feels like. So we'll look into these energies and see what we can do about them. But let's pick one more here for this week. One more for Aquarius. Yeah. Okay. So cultivating, planting. I also kind of feel like you're also looking at every possibility of where you can grow, like where you can plant more seeds. I feel like you are already building your garden. You may already have some kind of, plants growing and things there, but I feel like you're continuing to build, you're continuing to expand upon what you've already built. So I feel like that's going to be a focus here for you, trying to focus on the future, focusing on moving forward and building stability for yourself so you can be ready for any kind of changes that are coming up here. Okay, let's look into the Seven of Pentacles. What does Aquarius need to know about the Seven of Pentacles here? I really feel as though there's something that you guys are building or growing that is going to lead you to something that is very different, but something that you're going to really enjoy doing. So they're showing me, you're kind of like starting in one place, but what that project or thing that you're building is going to take you to opportunities or even meet people that are going to be very different from what you're used to, but it's also going to be something that you really, really enjoy. I feel like things are going to work out better than you think they are. Some of you may be kind of imagining worst case scenarios, which is with this Nine of Swords here. But I really kind of feel like they're just worries, but we'll look into that here. Okay, so here we have the Eight of Swords, and then we have the Moon. So again, this is about not really sure how are we going to get from A to B, right? Like this is like planning, investing, building, growing, because it's kind of unknown. It's a mystery. How are we going to get out of this Eight of Swords position here? Because there may be some of you are feeling kind of stuck in some place. You've outgrown it. And it's kind of getting uncomfortable, just staying where you are. But it is open. It's like they're kind of drawing my attention to the fact that the cage is open. Like you can leave, you can get out of there. But there is something unknown, something mysterious that's kind of keeping you from feeling afraid to leave, afraid to move out of there. What do we need to know about this? Guidance for Aquarius on this. I think you're really ready. You're really done with the stage in your life, honestly. It feels like you're just ready to move on to something new. There's something that's kind of like, there's nothing left there for you. It's like I'm hearing the party's over, but we're still kind of just still hanging around is what I don't know. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, beautiful. Love this. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles is someone who's very abundant. This is a very reassuring card. I love this because I feel like it has something to do maybe with finances, maybe something with feeling supported, feeling like you're stable, you're stabilized. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who can hold her own when it comes to finances, when it comes to her material wealth. And I feel like this is something that is definitely coming in for you. You just don't see it yet. You don't see how it's going to come in for you, which is what is the worry. So what I'm hearing is if there is some way, and I know that this is easier said than done, but if there is some way to kind of shift your perspective more into that abundance mindset, then no matter what your physical reality is at the moment, this mindset will shift the physical reality at some point. And that's what we are not able to see because this is in the Moon, the Queen of Pentacles. You will be independent. You will have your stability, your growth, something to call your own. I kind of feel like there is just this fear of things kind of not manifesting because maybe we've just had these experiences where they haven't before. Like we've tried to build things and they haven't really gone the way that we wanted them to. So, but I feel like that is kind of what the moon here is, this mystery, something we can't see. And it's because we can't see what's coming up for us, we feel really stuck with where we are. And we're also kind of looking at the Seven of Pentacles and being like, is this enough? Am I doing enough? Am I growing enough? But I like that we have the Queen of Pentacles here because that is, oh my gosh, how beautiful. Look at that. The Emperor. Again, another very independent card here. We have someone here who is very much in their power and very much, I feel like this might be someone that comes in as well. Someone that comes in who has who has someone who has foresight, which is interesting. That's the word that I'm hearing, foresight, and someone who knows how to build their own empire. And I feel like it's someone that may come in, and this may only apply to some of you, but with this Emperor card, it feels like there may be someone that comes in that sees your potential or sees something that they can offer you to help you build your own, to help you to help to contribute to your own stability, to your own wealth. So some of you may see assistance coming in here as the Emperor. And this is not gender specific, so it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be a male. But it is someone who knows how to, someone who is already established in their own, work, in their own life. And it's kind of like they're coming in and kind of lending some kind of assistance. So whether that's in offering a job, in offering a position, investment, or even just advice, that I feel like there's some kind of assistance or help coming in here for you. But there's also the Three of Cups here. And I kind of feel like some of you, this may be some kind of organization or some kind of group effort, collaborative group effort that may come in here to help you kind of see more clearly on how you're going to become this Queen of Pentacles here. That's what I'm seeing. So some of you may feel like you're stuck, and how we're going to be able to get ourselves unstuck may be unknown, but we do have the Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor. We have powerful cards. It's like there's powerful cards and energies on the other side of the moon here, on the other side of the mystery, on the other side of this Eight of Swords of feeling stuck. So I feel like there is some kind of assistance. Some of you may be even like joining an organization or some kind of group or some kind of collaborative group. So keep investing, just keep planting your seeds, keep growing them, keep going, following that intuition, and keep planning your steps ahead with this assessing card. And it will come in. There's something that will come in here for you. You just can't see it right now. And I feel like that is what the worry is. It's because we can't see. We don't know what's going on, or we don't know how something is going to manifest here. So let's look into that Nine of Swords, because I'm kind of curious to see what we can do about that. Okay, what can we do about them? What are we worried about? Wow. Death card. You're going through a transformation. I feel like this Nine of Swords, I feel like is something that's been there for a while. I feel like this is something that this is really interesting. So this again may not apply for many of you, but this is what I'm hearing. Some of you, it's almost like you've learned to live like the Nine of Swords. Like you've just gotten so used to worrying about things, or used to this, some kind of fear. There's some kind of fear that you have just grown accustomed to. Like, I'm always in this space. I'm always worried about this one thing. I'm always like, this is always there. And I feel like there's something ending to that. Something that has followed you around for a really long time, that has worried you, that you have learned to just live with. Like you've learned to kind of make it a part of yourself. Like it's become just such a regular part of your day-to-day being. It's almost like sometimes you don't even realize it's there, but it's always there. It's like always in the background, like this constant worry. And it may be about money. It may be about anything, honestly. It's whatever it is. It's like the thing that's been following you around a lot. It's been there for a very long time. And sometimes this could show up as like generational patterns, like something that's instilled in us at a young age. And we've just learned to just kind of be in this mode or in this certain mind frame. But I feel like there's an ending to that, because that's a really significant card here at the Death card. So there's an ending to something that has kind of, I'm hearing the word plagued, like just plagued you in your life, like some kind of worry or something that's kind of followed you around for quite some time is coming to an end. What is coming to an end? What do we need to know about this? Yes. I'm hearing the word freedom. Like there's some kind of freedom that's coming in here for you. Oh, wow. 10 of Cups. So maybe this is a relationship. It has to do with some kind of relationship. There's some kind of correlation with love, with the relationship. Okay, what do we need to know about this? The 10 of Cups. And for those of you, it's not a relationship. This is about your own personal happiness. This is about feeling like you have everything in your life that you could possibly ask for, is that 10 of Cups. It's that fulfillment. It is you're at the end of that rainbow. You've made it. There's nothing more from here on out. It's like, once you kind of have that, it's like everything else is figure out. You can just figure it out. You can go through life with this sense of feeling really happy and fulfilled on the inside. So if it's not necessarily a relationship, it's something that's coming to an end that has kept you from being able to feel the sense of completion within. And I feel like there's an ending to some kind of block or something that has kept you from that feeling of completion here. What do we need to know about the 10 of Cups for Aquarius? Knight of Pentacles. This has been coming up a lot. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. Something not being able to build something. There's no growth. There's no forward movement. So maybe for some of you, this is a relationship that is going through some kind of transformation because where it's been or where it does not have the potential to doesn't have the potential to move forward. It's not growing in any direction. It's not growing. Okay, so what do we need to know about this? Knight of Pentacles reversed for Aquarius. So maybe some of you could be going through a transformation within a relationship where the dynamics are going to change. So it doesn't necessarily always mean that the relationship itself is going to come to an end, but whatever it is, like whatever way something has been going can't go any further. So it has to change because there's no growth with the way that it's been going. So something either has to change, or maybe for some of you, it is an ending to a relationship. But whatever it is, it's not working because we have that 9 of Swords. And it almost, for some reason, I got this sense from the 9 of Swords that it's something that's just kind of been festering. It's something that's been there for a while. Like it's not like a new worry or just something that's just kind of popped up. I kind of feel like it's been this build. It's been this thing that's just always been there. And now there's some kind of, I'm hearing intervention. So it feels like there's some kind of divine intervention to try to get some kind of transformation or change to happen because there's no growth. There's no forward movement in some kind of relationship here. So what do we need to know about this? We're curious. Okay, patience. So you have patience and balance. So there's divine timing in order here. So Spirit is asking you to be patient about something, about the way something is going to change, about the way something is going to manifest. I'm hearing you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it coming. What does that mean? You're not going to see it coming. So it's almost like this is the time to just I'm hearing leave it alone, like to leave something alone, like allow something to kind of, it's almost like it's not ready yet for it to come out of the oven. Like there's something still baking in the oven. And if you pull it out right now, it's going to be half baked. So it's like they're kind of saying, just leave it alone, let it do its thing, let it go through its alchemical process, and then it will be ready. So I feel like with the Temperance and the Hermit card, there's some kind of changes within a relationship or your romantic life, your love life, that feels like it's going through this big transformation. And it's needing you, Spirit's needing you to kind of just allow it to just bake in the oven, like allow it to go through what it needs to go through, and shift your focus onto your career, shift your focus onto, planning for the future, planning ahead, like putting your energy in that areas, which is kind of what I feel like here with the Page of Pentacles is coming up here. So this is more about you diverting your attention into how we're going to grow something that we've already started to build here. I feel like for some of you, you're kind of learning how to approach something in a new way. Yeah. Okay. You're learning how to build something stable for yourself. So some of you are in the beginning stages of that with the Page of Pentacles. You're learning how something works, or you're learning how to nurture something to create some kind of stability, to create, and I feel like some of you are doing this for the first time in your life, or this is like a new thing for you. And it is quite rewarding is what I'm seeing. I feel like a lot of you are going to find that you know a lot more than you think you do, and you have come a long way where you can really apply the knowledge, what you're learning to what you're creating, and it's going to really build something stable for you, something that you can hold on to and you can call your own, and it will protect you as well. So there's something in the physical world, either a career, a business, something that you're creating that's going to really support you in a way that maybe you haven't felt supported before. It's like you're finding like this newfound way to support yourself, or to find some kind of safety within yourself that you can depend on, which is very, very good here. Okay, what else can we know about this Four of Pentacles? I'm hearing having trust and faith in yourself. Beautiful. So Page of Wands as well. So this is also about, oh, beautiful. Okay. So this is also about passion. This is about expressing yourself and being more open and vulnerable and allowing yourself to be seen. And then we also have the Knight of Cups here. So again, this could be, someone kind of you attracting love, or it could also just be you are tapping into and embracing what makes you come alive, and what just opens up your heart. And there's something that you're doing that's going to make your heart sing, is what I'm hearing. It's going to open up your heart, and it's going to help you to blossom and bloom and grow and embrace a part of yourself that maybe you have not allowed yourself to embrace before. You need to know about this. There's a lot of passionate, creative energy here. And it feels like something that you love to do, something that you're very passionate about, is helping you to build something stable and something that will kind of provide for you and protect you. So it's like you are mixing the two here. You're kind of applying something that you really are passionate and love to do, and it's building stability. So let's do one more Knight of Cups here. Oh, beautiful. Yes. So this is all about self-love. This is all about honoring yourself. This is all about, allowing yourself to be seen in a vulnerable way, but in a way that is like, you're safe to do it though. It's like, you're not really scared to do it. You're opening up on a whole nother level. You're being so much more authentic. There's something that you're doing that's allowing you to be authentic. It's allowing you to open up. And it kind of feels like your work life like, I feel like work, these two sides are work, and this middle section is love. And I feel like there's something about love that is still, again, baking in the oven. Just leave it alone, let it bake, don't worry about it. And focus on your career, focus on your creative projects, focus on what you are building, because by the time this is kind of set, this will just kind of be ready to be take out of the oven, is what I'm seeing here. So focus on your career, focus on what makes you happy, focus on what helps you to come alive, and just set the other stuff to the side and let it kind of take care of itself. I feel like it's not really needing you to like do anything about it. And again, this may not resonate with everybody. So if it does, take it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. And I love this. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So there is long-term stability. Whatever path you're on right now, it's for the long term. It's for the thing that is going to provide for you for the rest of your life. Whatever is kind of transforming, whatever's changing, whatever's being taken out of your life, whatever's being added into your life is for the long term. So even for some of you, I'm hearing like if it's friendships, like if you're meeting new people and you're kind of forming new bonds with people, you may find that these actually become like friends for life. These are the people that are going to be there for you, that are going to support you, that are going to pull through for you when you need them. And same thing with love. If there's some kind of change happening with love, just trust that it is all in divine order. And that you're just going to have to trust spirit on this, that whatever's being removed, it's for your own good. And whatever's being added in, it's for your own good kind of thing. But trust your instincts as well with that. But you're building something long-term, stable, something that will last. So very beautiful there. Okay, so I'm doing something a little bit different with the oracle cards here. So I'm just going to kind of put these to the side here. Okay, so this is a new spread that I've been kind of playing with that I really love, that I've been loving. So, message from your higher self. Message from the higher self. Message from spirit. Okay, and this is messages from the earth. And this is about how life is supporting you and what kind of material and, the physical support that's coming in here for you, bottom in your foundation. This is a message from your ancestors. Messages from the ancestors. Message from the future self. Okay, message from the higher self for you, Aquarius, inner peace. So again, focusing on what makes you happy, focusing on what brings you peace, because they're saying that don't feed the fears, because that will just kind of attract more of that energy. And that, those things will kind of always be there, but we don't need to always focus on them. Just kind of divert your attention to the things that are flourishing, the things that are growing in your life, the things that you want to see come more into your life. And whatever worst case scenarios, try to to change your perspective, your mindset to the best case scenario. What is the best thing that can happen? If like in an ideal world, what would be the best solution to how I would want something to go, and kind of put your energy towards that rather than the fear of the worst case scenario is what I'm seeing here, and allow that to, they're saying to focus on whatever brings that inner peace, whatever solutions or things that you want to see happen for you. Have inner peace as the backbone or the intention behind whatever it is that you're focusing on. And then your higher, or the spirit message here is truth and integrity. So doing what is right for you, standing your ground, listening to your intuition, and not to get swayed by external opinions and voices. I also kind of feel like there is a strong need to kind of protect yourself at this time, to protect yourself from anyone that kind of disturbs that inner peace here, and allowing yourself to like put up that energetic shield is what I'm seeing here, and have that really strong connection with your guides, your angels, whoever you like to connect with, to have that be your primary source of guidance right now. Okay, and how the earth is supporting you. The lion spirit, be generous of spirit. I kind of feel like this is all about forgiveness, almost is what I'm seeing here, to allow yourself to see the bigger picture of how something is changing in your life, and to allow yourself to forgive, to have compassion, and to have the courage to move forward, to set aside differences, to set aside what hasn't worked, or to set aside how we would have wanted things to kind of turn out, and allow ourselves to be more flexible and bend to the way things are showing up in reality. So kind of coming out of maybe more of a, I don't want to use the word fantasy, but more of like this idealized way of how we wanted something to be, and like instead of holding on to that, even though in reality it's not, maybe some things are not going to turn out exactly in that way. I'm kind of hearing from this is like allowing ourselves to flow with the way things are, because we may see the gifts in that, in some kind of change that's coming into our life that we may have not really realized we would see as a gift. But once we kind of embrace it, or we kind of go towards it, we see how much of a gift it really is in our life. So I think that compassion is going to be important here. Forgiveness and compassion is going to allow you to expand to more of the gifts that life wants to give you, instead of kind of keeping it, instead of keeping like a tight lid on having something exactly the way we want it. If we can kind of open up the lid and entertain other possibilities or other ideas who can come out of that comfort zone, it will help us to kind of call in things that really would make us very happy, but we just don't realize it until we've kind of tried it. Okay, and then your ancestors' message here, tree spirit. So this is also about honoring, this is about honoring where we come from, and also honoring that some things may need to change as well. So it's like, how do we contribute to the evolution of our ancestors is what I'm hearing here. So some of you may be changing the way things are. You're kind of seeing what works and what doesn't. And it's not about kind of breaking away from tradition necessarily, but it's also just about adding something different to what has always been that seems to be a necessary change. It's like some of you may be responsible for kind of, getting rid of some kind of generational trauma or curses, or these experiences that don't really, they don't benefit the community that we're from. So it's like, how do we cut away some of these it's almost like if we look at this tree, it's like we're inspecting it and looking at maybe some of the branches that may be rotting or kind of just they're dead and they need to come off. And so in order to slough off some of the things that are not working, it makes more room for newer growth, for newer things to kind of blossom in its place. So I'm almost kind of feeling there's this message of feeling okay to do that, even if other people may not agree with the changes that we tend to bring to the community or a family, like we're doing something a little bit differently. This is about allowing yourself to do it anyways. Sorry about that car in the background. Okay, so So this is a message from your future self here, slow and steady. And I just kind of feel like this is about being persistent and consistent with your progress, to not give up. Again, you're in it something for the long haul. You're in it for long term. So it's going to take time to build, and to allow yourself that time, that patience to build, kind of approach everything like one day at a time instead of kind of projecting too far into the future, because sometimes that can get overwhelming. Like when we keep only focusing on the bigger picture, we tend to get impatient in the right now. So bringing yourself back into the moment and allowing yourself to just keep building every day at a time, and looking forward to that. Waking up the next morning, what can I build today? What can I create today? How can I contribute to that end goal that's going to be showing up for me down the line? So a very beautiful Aquarius. You have a lot of growth and progress, and a lot of things shifting and changing here for you. I hope this reading was helpful and it resonated. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you for next week. Bye, Aquarius.